y'all doing? This is our first video. We thought we would come on live today, or come online today, to discuss the Nicki Minaj and Reid controversy when it comes to the COVID-19 vaccine. So, I'm Angela.
And I'm Deborah.
So let's get right into this, because this is a really good conversation for us to be having. Okay?
Yeah.
So the media has stated that Nicki Minaj did not go to the Meta. Is that what it's called? Because you the fashion girl. What's that gala they just did?
Look, I don't know. I'm totally
you know
not.
The one they dressed?
The Met Gala.
The Met Gala.
Thank you. The Met Gala.
So Nicki Minaj said she's not going to the Met Gala because they had this thing where you had to show your vaccine that you got vaccinated.
Oh, your vaccination card.
You had to show the vaccination card in order to attend.
Okay.
So she says she's not doing it because she's not vaccinated.
Oh, wow.
So Reid, who is I believe NBC, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, newscaster.
Mm-hmm.
She's known for her shows called Reid Out.
Okay.
She came on.
This is all new to me.
Yeah, so this the tea. So I need my cup. For the tea,
you need the cup.
So she comes on and she says that she's upset with Nicki Minaj for not having her vaccination. Not only that, other people from other TV programs, talk shows, have got on board and have talked about how disappointed they are in Nicki Minaj.
Wow.
And what got me is Joy was calling out, sister, my God, sister, your responsibility. And I'm like, one, you gonna bring in God, and then you gonna use the word sister, because y'all know we use the word sister as a term of endearment.
Exactly. It's like my sister friend, my girl,
and so if she really your sister, then why are you calling her out on national
publicly? Because when we got issues with each other, we're gonna privately hit it. But today, it's just like everybody wants to be seen doing it all in the public. So if she's your sister, you're gonna talk to her privately. But you know what? That's what's happening though. The media has really made it out to be the vaccinated against the unvaccinated. Whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, it's a personal choice.
It is a personal choice.
People who are not getting vaccinated are being ridiculed.
They are.
And
so Joy goes to say she only has 2 million followers, and whereas Nicki has 22 million, and that is not responsible of her to our community. Because considering most of her being, a well-known rapper, that most of her people out of the 22 million are going to be black.
So should she lie about not having the vaccine?
I mean, you tell the truth. So this topic reaches so many different levels. So the first level I want to really just kind of disclose is how Joy, because I'm disappointed in Joy. This is our first show. We ain't got no 2 million or 22 million. I'd be glad y'all make sure we got more than 2 followers, okay?
We got more than 2.
We got more than 2, me and you.
We got some followers. But
and I don't want to get into the, how should I say this? To the same thing that they're doing, where we coming against one another. Because that's why I want to address, like, you saying sister, girl, whatever. What happened to the time? See, I'm a 70s baby, and when I grew up, my parents, we knew not to talk about one another.
Right.
And this is period, because I've noticed in this time frame,
in this season,
in this 21st century, that black people are quick to go against,
to bash each other publicly.
And even though we're on here talking about this let's say this is not a bash.
No.
This is really us talking about us and how to better us.
And you know what, I'm glad you said that, because what it really is about, it's about real love and real respect of one another choices, whether we like it or not, because we all have our reasons for doing whatever we do.
That's what I'm saying, that when I grew up, you'd be like, black people didn't talk about one another. They'd be like, if they didn't agree with something another black person did, they'd be like, no, we ain't gonna mess with them right now. But we wouldn't publicly go out there
assassinate their character.
Exactly.
Is what it is.
And so I felt like that's what Joy was doing with Nicki. Is you and Nicki, she lashed back out.
Of course, because she wouldn't be Nicki if she didn't.
Okay, so she lashed back out, talk about you doing the work of the white men. And I think when the newscast came out, there was one white man on one side of her, another white man on the other side of her. Okay. And so at the end of the day, I'm not going to get on there and talk about my people to satisfy these people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We so get caught up in inclusion that we feel like we got to be included in their world.
Right.
Baby, let me tell you something. They're trying to be included in our world.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So Nicki Minaj had her response, and she wasn't being irresponsible to it. Mm-hmm. She was just basically stating that she don't know enough information.
Okay. Like many people, they don't have enough information.
Exactly.
I have that same thought as well. I'm not defending any of them, but I have that same thought because it's like it's only one-sided. It has turned out to be the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated.
Right.
It wasn't the unvaccinated who put this virus in the atmosphere in the first place.
You better say that.
And not only that, I have an issue with the whole entire thing. I don't have an issue with people being vaccinated or unvaccinated. Let's get that clear. Mm-hmm. But what I have an issue with is the media. It's all media led. Mm-hmm. The division is what I'm saying.
It's the division.
Because it has not, the media, since that's what we're talking about, the media who has got this frenzy going, the media has not been fair as far as, when they have those other medications, when they have those commercials, they say, well, if you're taking such and such, this is the side effects and this, that, and the other.
Right, and there's no side effects when they
it has not come out when it started talking about the COVID vaccine. Mm-hmm, they haven't told any side effects that anyone has made. And that's just to be fair so that you can make an honest decision if you want to or not. Mm-hmm. There has not been, these are the side effects. This is how many people have died. I went to the doctor last week and my doctor was so kind to share these things with me. My thought was, it hasn't been out long enough. He informed me that they have been studying this for 20 years, this virus. I said, oh, really?
Wow.
I said, 20 years and you just now coming up with a vaccine. Mm-hmm. But it was led for us to believe, based on, the media, that, COVID-19 came back out in November, which it didn't affect Americans until March of 2020, but it was already in existence November 2019. Mm-hmm. Well, as he said, we've researched this, been researching this for 20 years, but yet and still you didn't have a vaccine. So I'm like, okay, you researched 20 years ago, but where's the vaccine? And then he was so kind to even share with me, even though he was very candid and swept it under the rug, about 5% of the people, and this is according to what the doctor said, and I didn't check it, so you can check it yourself. But he said 5% people had died from getting the vaccine. As we know, just to be fair, everything don't work for everybody. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is that information is not shared. The information is not shared. And he even said, well, everything don't work for everybody. Some people are going to have a side effect. Some people are not. But I feel like just disclosing that would help me to say, okay, go one way or the other. Mm-hmm. I feel like if you're hiding something when you don't reveal the entire scope of what's going on and pushing the bet like the unvaccinated is the people who are 75-90% in the hospital, that's not true. Mm-hmm. It's not true, because the thing about it, when you get I call it the shot, the solution. I don't call it the vaccine. Right. Because as people are saying, well, I'm a baby of 1963, so I'm 57. Yes, I've had vaccines. The vaccines that I have gotten, such as the polio, those vaccines, there is a difference between the vaccine today. Right. Those vaccines back then was to prevent me from getting polio. Mm-hmm. They didn't give me the polio shot and say, okay, Deborah, if you get the polio, this is going to help you not get it as bad. Mm-hmm. That's not what vaccines are. You can look them up for yourself. I don't have time to look it up. But look it up for yourself what vaccine does. It prevents, okay? Now, I'm not saying the shot, the solution, what I call it, is not working or not good. You know, I'm not saying none of that. I'm just concerned, as you may see or see where it's leading to. I'm unvaccinated. But I'm concerned about side effects. I'm concerned about long-term side effects.
Yes.
And I'm also concerned about if I'm getting this vaccine and I'm still subjected to getting the COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a 50-50.
Yeah, it's a 50-50. So that's another thing that Nicki said. The reason why she's not, because she has a family member who was vaccinated and they turn out to be impotent. Whoa. So, and had swollen testicles. Whoa. So they can't have any children, and they say it's vaccinated related.
Yeah.
So once again, we really just don't know what the vaccine does. So here we stand divided. You know, one could be vaccinated, one cannot be. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like the socialism has already taken place.
Yeah.
You know, or should I say separatism?
Okay, yeah, that's a better word.
You know,
separatism. But it's all socialism because, you know, if you look at China, that's how they do. They control every single thing, what you watch, you know, what you do. And here we are in America, the land of the free, and they're saying, this is what really cracked me up. They want to start talking about God. What God are you talking about? You done took God out of the school. You done took God out of everything. And you sure ain't representing God in the way you just carrying on with all the other issues that we have against humanity, you know. So I have an issue with that. Don't use God when it's convenient for you. What I ain't gonna say no name. She had the nerve to say that, what is it? Your brother's keeper. Who is my neighbor? That's what it was. The scripture, who is my neighbor? And the neighborly thing to do is to get vaccinated. And let me tell you, I'm not saying that you should get it. I'm not saying you shouldn't get it. I said that it is a personal choice.
So let me read what she said. She said, this is Joy Reid. She said, people like Nicki Minaj, I have to say this. You have a platform, sister, okay, that is 22 million followers, okay? That's what she stressed on. I have 2 million followers. You have 22 million followers on Twitter. For you to use your platform to encourage our community not to protect themselves and save their lives, my God. Sister, you could do better than that, Reid said. You got that platform. It's a blessing. It's a blessing that you got that people listen to you and they listen to you more than they listen to me. For you to use your platform to put people in a position of dying from a disease that they don't have to die from. Oh my God.
Wow.
As a fan, as a hip hop fan, as somebody who is your fan, I'm so sad that you did that. So sad that you did that, sister. Oh my God. Now, y'all, once again, I said leave the sister term of adjournment out.
Sorry, I got my dog down here.
And leave God out of this. Or did she use God's name in a vain way, you know?
Yeah, because she wasn't literally talking about God. It's just what people do. When they say God, they're not literally talking about the God of heaven, not knowing that they need to be in reverence of using his name. She just saying, oh my God, as a statement. And that's what people do, use God as a statement.
But
like
then
a
she
statement
goes and
king.
say, you know, she should be a blessing. So first of all, Nicki Minaj did not say, you guys don't go get the vaccine.
Right.
Okay, so let's make that clear. She didn't say that. And what she did say, because I read the Twitter, was she told them to wear their mask and wear the 2 ones, and what kind of mask to wear. Don't wear the mask with the gap. I'm paraphrasing some of what she said. But if she was
that's responsible there, because that's what we can do. Wash your hands, put your mask on. You know, just because people decided not to get the solution, it does not mean that they're being irresponsible. I see people who have the COVID shot. They are very irresponsible.
Nasty.
You know, they just all over the place. I mean, you know, they don't have their mask on, and they assume they with other people who are vaccinated and it's okay. But to me, you still are not protecting the public, since that's what you more concerned with, or your loved one. You're not showing responsibility because you got the COVID shot, that you're not even wearing a mask when they said that you still can contract it and give it to someone. So it's almost like, what?
So just
really?
just be responsible. And so therefore I just think that she was responsible. So this Nicki did have a clapback, and her clapback was, "This is what happens when you're thirsty to down another black woman by the request of the white men. That you didn't bother to read my tweets. My God, sister, do better. Imagine getting your dumb ass on TV a minute after a tweet to spread a false narrative about a black woman."
Clap back.
That's a clapback. So you, as journalists, you need to read all the facts. I went and I fact checked, and I'm not a journalist. I fact checked what did Nicki say in her tweet. And so
I just thought about
Joy was wrong. And I just have to say that.
I just thought about something. You said that Joy said she only have 2 million, and Nicki has how many?
22.
22. So, you know, people that's trying to elevate themselves use other people to elevate themselves, because even though Joy has 2 million, there's no shade, Joy. I'm just saying, you got 2 million, but you start talking to Nicki, who got all these million. That's gonna increase your followers too, make you more relevant too. So is that your MO? I don't know. I'm just saying.
That's a good one.
I'm just saying. I don't know either. You know,
she just doing it like that. So.
I just feel like, you know, on Joy, I understand what Joy is saying, that, you know, you have this platform and people will make the decision to or not to do, you know. But at the end of the day, I don't look at celebrities for any type of leadership. You know, people say that they are responsible, but, you know, look, no shade against you either, Nicki. I mean, just Nicki is Nicki. I'm not looking to Nicki to tell me what to do. Yes, some people are, but, you know, I just feel like we put too much stuff into the celebrities, all these other people, when it's really God who is the head. If you really believe and truly trust in God, it's God who we take our directive from. It's Him who we look to. We don't look even to one another, because we're human. We will err. Each person, I would like to say, is doing the best that they can do with the information that they have. Everything is personal, what we do, or it's about a family member. And from the get-go with the COVID, I just feel like the media created a fear frenzy. Yes, a lot of people died, and I would never make light of that, because it has hit my family. So we know that it does exist, but creating fear and trying to promote people to move out of fear is really a low blow.
It is a low blow.
Because you keep seeing the unvaccinated people is the cause of many people dying. That's going to cause even more division when people are talking about we need to come together in love. Where's the love in that? The love is not about someone getting vaccinated to protect when you don't know the whole story.
Yes.
Because it's more than the vaccination. It's a great start to protect one, but, you know, the other things that go with it.
Yes.
And so that's what I see in this season. There's really no love. There's really no respect. I see division, which is of the enemy, who comes to kill, destroy, and separate people in a way where we should come together. And I also, you and I was talking about, as women of God, we trust God, you know, depending on the levels of whatever we're going through. There's many levels: full faith, half faith, and, you know, all that. But at the end of the day, as a woman of God, I like to tell people that me being unvaccinated is not a lightly thing, because there's a lot of pressure. People try to pressure you to get it, the fear factor. but I'm in commune with God. I trust him 100%.
100%, yeah.
I hear from him. He speaks to me clearly. And so, that's a part of my prayer about this pandemic.
Yeah,
for those who are vaccinated, for those who are unvaccinated, those who are affected, just praying that he would intervene. But at the end of the day, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, you have to understand where the other person is coming from. What is their reasons for getting vaccinated or not getting vaccinated?
And there are many reasons.
That.
There's many reasons. Because even with me being vaccinated, I mean, it was a choice. Now, let me say this as a disclosure. I was against it myself. But as I get older, and I have grandchildren, I was just like, well, let me do it for my grandchildren. I want to live a little longer. And then the fact of the matter of it is that I had it, and COVID is not a game. It's a real virus. And I had COVID pneumonia to the point I was in the hospital for 9 days. So it was a scary event for me. And also Nicki had it as well. So people who know, I'm not against somebody being vaccinated or not being vaccinated, but it was a choice for me. And I choose not to be in that situation again. And they said that I would have done worse, they say, had I not had my first shot. See, now here's the thing. I had my first shot and then got COVID. Not even a week, 2 weeks later. Which is very interesting. And they still don't even educate you while you're in the hospital. They actually don't even really interact with you that much. So it was a lonely place to be.
Yeah.
And when I recovered from it, and I still have some scarring in my lungs, but when I recovered from it, I had to, learn a little bit more. I had to work a little harder about making sure that I was completely healed. And then I got the second vaccine. Now, I may not have to do the booster because I have COVID. I had COVID, so I may not have to do that. But once again, that's another study that they're not completely sure of. Like, you got it, I have immunity. They said, but it's only good for 6 months. And here's another issue about COVID-19, about the vaccine that people don't think about. It is stated that COVID vaccine is only good for 1 year.
Yeah, I know. It's something that you have to continue to get every year. It's like the flu shot. Yeah, it's like the flu shot.
So that's interesting all in itself. So, it's something that further does need to be studied. And I agree with Nicki. I'm not a 110% Nicki fan. I'm not into hip hop like that. However, I know who she is. And I agree. You don't have to be vaccinated if that's a choice. And more information has to come out before making that choice over your life. And I think we should treat this situation like HIPAA. When you do HIPAA, you're not to discuss.
Right.
Your medical. And I think we should get back to that when it comes to this. I don't want to walk in the room and be like, are you vaccinated? Are you not? You're not vaccinated? I'm not going in. I don't want to even be involved in a scenario like that. And then the issue is that you pushing this amongst us. I don't think us as Black people need to be pushed. Black people are very serious individuals,
very logical, most of us,
and some of us is gonna be like, nope, I'm getting it for this reason, that reason only. And if it's to go to work, because Biden's just pushing that
you gotta get
federal
it to go to work.
Government employees, so we're gonna be like, I gotta go to work, so I'm gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to. You show us facts of what needs to be done and how it has to be done,
and we'll make it happen.
So even them that it's a false narrative that we're not doing it. A lot of us are getting vaccine because you give us some facts, we're going to do it.
Exactly.
You give us some reasonings, we're going to do it because we're not trying to be not involved. Caught up. Exactly.
Caught up.
One of our issues as African American people is that we have this thing of inclusion, and you not gonna include me. We gotta be in the know-how, in the ready. Here I am right now. So I just think that's a false narrative. When they said we were the main ones getting it, I think that was a false narrative as well. Because when it first came out, the narrative was black people wasn't getting it.
Right, I was gonna say that.
And
then the narrative changed.
It changed. They was like clean with bleach. We like
we've been cleaning with bleach.
Cleaning with bleach.
We've been clean. We've been cleaning up. We've been washing our hands. We've been doing that.
Always.
Covering our mouth when we cough or sneeze. We've been doing that.
So that's some folks that wasn't doing that.
Exactly.
So it's just, this is a conversation. I don't like always having this conversation, but it was important for us to come online, our first online conversation.
Yeah, about
to talk about this. But
it won't be our last. We'll be talking about many other topics as well.
You guys stay tuned. Support, subscribe. But we're gonna get into some other stuff, and you guys are gonna be like, y'all really talking about that?
No,
because we're not gonna hold back.
Exactly. Also, you know what? Whatever your views are, leave us a comment in the comment box. Let's get. We just want to be in a discussion. It's not about a who's right, who's wrong. It's not about attacking anybody. It's just, we're speaking on various views. Everyone has their, different opinions about what they think.
And that's what's important for us as African Americans, is for us to have conversation. So we're going to bring things to you just to make you think about it. And then let's voice our opinions on it, because at the end of the day, opinions is a creative thought. It's your philosophy, how you feel. Doesn't make it wrong or right, but let's discuss it, and educate one another. And with that, we want to wish you all a blessed day. Yes. And remember, God loves you. God loves you, yes. And not only does he love you, he loves us too. So thank you for watching, and we will get back with you soon. All right, bye-bye. You guys take care. Bye-bye.